be recapping the Sagittarius unfolding for our all sign series from the Tea and Tarot Tuesday episode from last night. If you did not get a chance to catch the episode and you want to see the live unfolding, you can definitely check out my playlist in the description box for Tea and Tarot Tuesday. If you like how I go live, how I chat with the with our small community, and it's face to face camera unfolding. If you want to get it more organically unfolding, so if you hear some background voices, that is the divine alchemy meditation and subliminals that I have playing in the background. And it's interesting, this one just was released about 3 hours ago, and the reason I'm sharing because it might have some things, it might resonate with some of you Sagittarius, that this is the alchemy of basically releasing false agreements that you've been participating in. And this is actually right in alignment with what the unfolding of this message was last night. So Sagittarius, you can see we have 3 columns of 3 different decks, one for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine, had a lot to say, and one for messages from spirit. So going into the divine feminine, you can see here with the 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, there is something really beautiful that is unfolding. There's something that you are working on, divine feminine, that you are about to be blessed in abundance with. I'm hearing your hard work is paying off. Divine is seeing you in all of your hard work. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been just working on your craft, on your projects, your mission, your purpose. You've been working on yourself, your inner healing, I'm also hearing. You've been doing the work, divine feminine, and now it is about to be abundantly paid off. Spirit sees all of the work you've been doing. I'm hearing hidden in the shadows. When everyone else was sleeping, you were working on your healing, your craft, your skills. You were working on your business. You were, working on your energy. Whatever the case might be, you've been doing the work, not giving up, regardless of how many of your pieces sold or your songs were listened to. The background of the car starting up, it's revving up. It's time now. Spirit is saying with this Ace of Pentacles, it is time to rev up, get ready, because you're in for a wild ride. I'm hearing Spirit say, buckle up, Buttercup. You're about to come into a lot of abundance. A lot of abundance. I'm hearing material manifestations, financial and expansions. Your career, your purpose, your craft, all of it is finally about to rev up, start up, pick up. So buckle up, Buttercup. We have the T formations. If you're not familiar with my Tea and Tarot Tuesdays, as a fellow tea maker myself with my FemRems apothecary, I pull these tea bags, tea affirmations that come from from fellow tea bags. I just saw 444 on the clock. That helps us with finding a little bit more confirmation and balance here. So the Ace of Pentacles says the plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision. And actually, now that I look at this one, this was actually for the 2 of Swords here for the masculine. So it's interesting that it moved onto the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm hearing that is also a message for you, divine feminine. The plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision. Okay, don't give up on your vision is what I'm hearing. Don't give up on your project. Sorry, I hit the camera. Your craft. Don't give up on your mission. If you are a painter, a writer, a dancer, a singer, an artist, if you have been, again, wondering if, your small community, your small sales, or your small business, or however it is, don't give up, because just remember, like as the plants do, they're not wondering when they're going to bud. They're not worrying about when they're going to blossom or bloom. They're not worrying about if the flower next to them is going to have more bees and butterflies to come pollinate, right? They're just doing their thing. They're living, thriving in their bliss work, right? Thriving in their bliss, just showing up as beautiful as they can every day and continuing to grow. That is the spirit of the plant. And this is the tea formation that actually did come with that was for the 8 of Pentacles. It's actually a fortune cookie, fortune teller, fortune cookie. So we have your co-workers take pleasure in your great sense of creativity. So this is so perfect. Remember that the people that are watching you craft and create, Sagittarius, Divine Feminine, they are enjoying, they take great pleasure of watching your creativity, watching your craft. So I'm hearing, don't worry if you have 2 people watching you. Don't worry if you have 200 people watching you. Don't worry if you are making $10 on your work or $10,000 on your work. It doesn't matter, because the frequency of the joy and pleasure from that you create, that is what is going to come into abundance. That's what's going to bring you this beautiful divine abundance. And I'm hearing, however it comes through, abundance comes through in different ways and avenues. It's not just from, you might be creating your art because you love art. You might be doing your work and building your business because you love serving other people and being in the service industry of healing or helping. And it may not make, I'm seeing teachers in my mind's eye. I'm seeing nurses. I'm seeing, again, artists. You may not make a lot of money with what you do, but it brings you so much joy and pleasure that you will be blessed abundantly in other ways. Sometimes it's not just directly from money or directly from getting paid directly from your work. It could also be gifts, blessings, unexpected blessings. So I'm hearing, Sagittarius, Divine Feminine, be prepared for unexpected blessings, okay? And allow yourself to receive. That is what the feminine energy is about, receiving. And don't worry about if you've done enough, if you're doing enough, if you deserve enough. Just receive the blessings that are coming in. The 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck is interesting because it is about, kind of healthy competition is what it gives me. So as you are building your craft, maybe you are kind of competing with friends, doing some, what do they call it, friendly contests or competitions, giving each other, what's the word I'm hearing, Spirit? Constructive criticism. Thank you. So maybe you are coming together with other divine feminines for brainstorming sessions, or maybe you guys are putting together ideas for projects, or maybe you're even setting up actual friendly competition contests so that you can bounce your skills off of each other so that you can grow and strengthen your skill set here. So you all can achieve. It's not about competing with others in order to... So I'm hearing this as a growth in feminine energy, where you, instead of competing against the other feminine, and this could be for some of you, if you feel like you've been in competition with other people, co-workers, which is interesting because we have this co-workers take great pleasure in your sense of creativity down here. But if you do feel like you are in competition with co-workers, I'm hearing sisters, parents, friends, that is shifting. Because what you're doing is you're continuing to keep your eye on your prize, your head in your work, and following your bliss work. But I'm also hearing the shift. The 5 is of shift. That this is shifting that competitive feminine against feminine kind of mindset and seeing it as how can we all win? I'm hearing synergy, better together, right? We are greater together than the sum of our parts. If we use our skills, and I'm seeing the 3 of Pentacles in my mind's eye too as well. If we use our skills, if we allow ourselves to work together and even build by strengthening our craft with each other, giving each other constructive criticism, competing in a healthy manner so that our skills can get stronger. I'm seeing maybe one of your crafts and maybe one of your bliss works is, like sports, and you want to just play some friendly pickup soccer games. I'm hearing, or just a friendly martial arts, so take that as it resonates, Divine Feminine. But however the case is, last night I was definitely feeling like maybe your craft is, wanting to just give free consultations as you're building your business. Because as you are working on your craft, building your business, giving free consultations, free advice, free readings, sharing your music. I'm hearing like open mics where you're not getting paid for it, but you are enjoying it, right? That is blessing others. You're not, you guys are all going up, to not compete, but to share your music, to share your art, to share your ideas, not so you can steal it from each other, but so you can trust and grow together. This is what's shifting. This is what's giving you a divine clarity. This is what's going to raise your vibration as the feminine collective, and is going to give source the ability to flow its interventions, its divine intervention into your work so that all of you can succeed. Everyone. I'm hearing all for one and one for all. Not all for one, but one for all. That's what I'm hearing. The shifting out of all for one and into one for all. That 10 of Swords, right? Clearing and ending the cycles of the all for one, surrendering to this unhealthy, toxic competition between feminines, or between yourself and others, or the doubt in your craft, and just knowing that you have a really, really beautiful, special gift that only you can really serve, regardless if it's in the same field as a bunch of other people. But only you can provide it in the certain way that will speak to the souls of certain people, and they're waiting for you. Okay, Divine Feminine, I hope that helps. So then we go into the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine has had a lot to say, as you can see. The first 2 cards that came out was the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. So a lot of 3 energy here. So maybe that is a significant number for you, but they were both in reverse. So the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Wands reverse is giving this energy that the Divine Masculine is really feeling a bit stagnant, is feeling a little bit unsure or uncertain about a choice, about a road, about a relationship, maybe even feeling like there's just a lot of gossip, rumors. There's a lot of energy that just feels strained, is what I'm hearing. But it could be that maybe there is this, we have the 10 of Cups that came out in the reverse at the top of the bottom of the deck. So it could be around family. But this is where it's really aligning with me of how this, even with the meditation that we're listening to right now in the background of releasing all of the false agreements that we've been abiding by. Maybe you have been feeling like your soul tribe or the people you hung out with or the way you moved in life had to look a certain way, and now you're kind of doubting if that's the way you really want. Maybe you weren't sure with the 10 of cups in reverse at first at the bottom of the deck. You felt like you thought that you had to have a certain type of family, a certain type of outcome that was success to others. So, you know, society has told you that you've got to have the white picket fence, and you got to have the 2 children, you got to have this monogamous one, you know, husband and wife relationship, and you got to have, but then you see up here, you have the rainbow, all of your chakras. You have this pride, is what I also am immediately seeing, of LGBTQIA that was coming out strongly as well. So, Divine Masculine, maybe you are realizing that you don't fit into the expectations of relationships that you've been told that you had to be, or even and as a what you thought success looked like in your family, what your family told you success. Maybe you have had unsuccessful familial relationships in the past. This could be with the 3 of cups of these 3 women with over 3 different relationships with 3 different women. Take that as it resonates. And, you know, maybe you're trying to figure out why your path has not been as successful as you thought. Your relationships, maybe you're looking back on those relationships and, you know, really reminiscing, because we have the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck underneath the 10 of cups. So you're really contemplating and really examining why these relationships didn't work, why the path didn't come through as successfully over these last 3 relationships, or even why what everyone else told you you should have been doing with your life did not seem to manifest as clearly as you thought it, as you thought it would be. So it's causing you to walk away because you're not emotionally fulfilled. You're recognizing that you have to walk away from what's not emotionally fulfilling you. You have to allow yourself. This is a lot of hidden energy at the bottom of the deck that you don't see. You have to allow yourself to, I'm hearing you have to allow the old version of yourself to die. You have to allow the ego to die. You have to allow the parts of you, right? Like this meditation, the parts of you that you have agreed with that you don't actually agree with, to be released. And to let it transform you like this phoenix. And that's a lot to go through, because you cannot get to the 10 of cups until you pass the 8 of cups of walking away from what's not serving you. And look at these major arcana right here, Saturn and Scorpio energy. And you have to allow yourself to release what you thought was going to be to make you happy, whether that's a certain kind of relationship, whether that's a certain kind of lifestyle, whether that's a certain kind of career or job, person. Take that as it resonates, Divine Masculine. But this 4 of Swords underneath that is saying time to go within. Time to really gather and meditate and prepare and recoup and relax so you can understand, because you're in this journey right now. This fool's journey. I told you masculine has a lot to say. You're on this fool's journey to release the weight of the world off your shoulders. You've been holding and carrying the weight of other people's energy, of energy that's not yours, right? Just like this meditation, of agreements, false agreements and belief systems that are not yours. pain bodies and experiences, triggers and wounds and traumas that are not yours to carry. You see the difference? His back turned, his clothes ripped, they're all baggy and dirty, carrying all of this weight. But you're ready to start over, Divine Masculine. You're ready to put on clothes that feel vibrant. And I'm hearing, what's the word? Extravagant. Spirit, what is the word? Exuberant. That's not the word either. It'll come through if it's meant to. But there's this energy around a word that I'm seeing with this Fool card. Divine Masculine, you might be recognizing that you are not the kind of quote unquote, and I'm just hearing for someone say, the man that everyone wants you to be. And that in and of itself is a big burden to carry. This could have something to do with your sexual orientation because of that Ten of Cups with the rainbow that I keep seeing. But that might only be for like 1 or 2 people. So take that as it resonates. Don't force it if it's not. You might also realize that you don't want to carry the weight of the world of everyone else. Maybe people come to you as their source of grounding energy. The wands are of fire. We have Sagittarius energy right here. So I'm hearing that maybe you have been like in Sagittarius, you're very much around, like you are the hope, you are the star. I always think of the Sagittarius as a star card, even though they say it's the Aquarius card. But I always think of you as the hope, the hopeful one, right? The one who's optimistic, the one who's always keeping hope alive. That's that full energy. But people have been putting all their burdens onto you to hold them up. That it's been kind of taking away from your shine, your radiance, your joy. You want to be free. You want to be free to be you, not who everyone else is telling you to be. The T formation for the Fool card came out. Today I have grown taller from walking with the trees. You are learning that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore, Divine Masculine. You're learning that it's okay for you to enjoy your flamboyance. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. You are allowed to enjoy your flamboyance, your energy, your radiate energy, just as you want. Whether it's fun or unique, you have this fun style that's different than what, men again, take this as it resonates. Masculine energies within all of us. So it's not about gender, but I keep hearing these words specifically around the healing of the gender, of the male gender, to allow yourself to connect with your flamboyance, with your radiance, with your joy. Regardless of your sexual orientation. If you like fashion and you want to wear a purse and a fanny pack with your fun outfits, go do it. If you want to skip and frolic and stop and smell the roses, let yourself do it, Divine Masculine. You don't have to constantly always carry everyone's weight. You don't always have to constantly grind and hustle and work all the time. You can rest and relax. Listen to what your body needs, your intuition, right? The Two of Swords, you're trying to make a choice in your life based on your feelings. That moon energy with the water behind it is very, very emotional, intuitive energy. That's the divine feminine energy. What you cannot see. You see how the eyes are blindfolded? That is the feminine energy. You're masculine, you're tapping into your feminine energy to listen to choose based on your feelings, your intuition, what you cannot see. Walking by faith and not by sight. There's this T formation here. The plants have enough spirit to transform your limited vision. Going back to that T formation. Listen and move as the plants move to their spirit of trust, unconditional trust, right? They're not going to lose faith and trust in Mama Gaia when it gets cold just because now their leaves are falling off. And they'll be like, well, if you bring sunshine, then I'm going to grow. You know, no, the plants are going to radiate and grow and trust even when you're in the dead of winter. Even when you're going through that death card of your dark night of the soul, ego death and awakening, soul revival is what I'm hearing, soul transformation with the judgment card at the bottom of the deck. This page of swords, the two of swords, the page of swords, you are observing your feelings. You're observing everything that you're trying to feel. You're observing how you want to move in this next step, chapter. And I'm hearing whatever you choose, you can't get it wrong. Okay? Trust that when you follow, the Two of Swords and the Fool card are both about following your intuition. They're both about trusting in divine. It's all about walking, taking the leap of faith, not by sight. And that is what's going to lead you to the Nine of Cups, of your emotional fulfillment, right? Remember, we saw that Eight of Cups at the bottom. You cannot get to the Ten of Cups until you walk away from what's not serving you, the Eight of Cups, and that'll lead you to the Nine of Cups. You cannot get to the Ten of Cups until you get to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is this emotional, personal, inner fulfillment. Aligning with your highest self. Trusting, there's the Ace of Swords energy again. Trusting in this divine clarity. Trusting in the royalty that you are spiritually. You are deserving of abundance, of emotional fulfillment, of it all. Of everything that your heart can possibly desire. You are. I'm just going to do this because I feel like it. Look at the steps here, guys. Sagittarius, Divine Masculine. You may not see that you are taking the steps, but you are. Right now, because you're in the midst of a major Phoenix death and rising, you may not realize this is what you're feeling. It's intense, powerful, awakening, and did I say intense? But Sagittarius, this is what's happening. It's leading you to your fulfillment, your happily ever after. It's leading you to everything that your heart, soul, body has desired and has come to this earth realm for. You are on the right path. You are completing so many cycles with the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups, Divine Feminine over there with the Ten of Swords. 10, 10, 10, completion. Okay? So just remember that. The 8 of Cups here, or I'm sorry, the 10 of Cups, the T formation, you can see it's got a little T on there. The essence of life is to communicate love. I put that on the 9 of Cups last night, but I'm feeling it for both. The essence of life is to communicate love. This is how you go from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. You have to choose love. You have to first choose self-love. You have to first walk away from what's not in alignment with love. And then you communicate to yourself love. That you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of abundance, that you are worthy of happiness and success and everything that is emotionally fulfilling for you. Okay, we are currently in the Taurus season, still in the post shadows energies of the super new moon in Taurus, ruled by Venus. Today, Venus moves into Aries, going from the depths of watery, emotional, intuitive, dreamy like love, soul depth of love, into passionate, fiery, your sister sign of forward movement and action. Venus is now saying it's time. She's direct now. She has had 40 days and 40 nights to reflect on what is emotionally serving, what is emotionally in alignment, what is emotionally fulfilling for her, right? So divine masculine, that's why you're going through such great transformation, soul awakening, ego deaths, because you are moving into your highest timeline of your happily ever after, and you are worthy of everything that you want and desire and wish for, because that's why you came to this earth in this human vessel, to experience life to its fullest. Whatever it is that feels complete and harmonious and successful for you, that is what you are moving into. Divine feminine, that's what you're working and moving into. That's what you're not giving up on. Keep on moving towards your abundance. 8-8. Moving towards your abundance. Walking away from what's not serving you. Trusting that divine is going to protect your journey. Trusting that divine is going to bring you the fulfillment, the abundance, the clarity that you need. Taurus is about, again, Venus energy, stability, loyalty, value, quality. Unconditional trust leads to conscious love. Really beautiful. All we need is the Ace of Cups out here. Last card that we're going to chat about Divine Masculine here is the Five of Pentacles that came out last, okay? The fives is another shift. We have a lot of five energy. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. We had the Five of Cups over here from Spirit. That is of, and I just saw 3355 on the clock. So, and the 3-3 cards here as well. So 3355 is a significant angel number. You might want to look that up to see how that might resonate for you. But you are shifting out of the cold and into the warmth. You are recognizing that you are worthy of being inside. I'm hearing inside. We're not living outside in the cold anymore. You are shifting to come into a warmth, a warm home. So in the past, Divine Masculine, maybe you feel like you would have been exiled, or maybe you have been shunned for the relationships that did not work out. Maybe you were shunned for being a unique soul. Or maybe you have been shunned for not following the status quo of what everyone else's expectations were for you. But now what that is doing is it's leading you to your soul tribe. It's leading you to celebration and abundance. It's giving you a chance to renew your life from the beginning, from ground zero. The glass is half full, Sagittarius. That's your mindset. That's how Sagittarius think. The glass is not half empty. The glass is half full. So whatever you have gone through, same thing with this Three of Cups, the women dancing in the rain. Some people get wet. Others learn how to dance in the rain. That's how you come into fulfillment, when you can find joy even in the midst of times that would be essentially considered less than optimal, inclement. You stay positive, Sagittarius. You keep your faith and your hope alive. So continue to do that. Okay? Really beautiful. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Divine Masculine. I hope all the messages that needed to come through did. Spirit over here says the Five of Cups with the Chariot. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So you have to allow yourself to grieve with that Death and Transformation card. Sagittarius, it's okay to grieve the things that did not work out. It's okay to grieve the life that you once had in mind, that you were once waiting for, that you once thought would bring you success. It's okay to grieve the relationships and the women that did not. I said women, that's so funny, so that's for someone. The women that did not work out in your life, these three women. Maybe the style of life that you want to continue, that you want to live, might not be a traditional or orthodox style of life. And that's okay. You are a unicorn with this Chariot card. You don't need to live the traditional kind of life because you're not a traditional kind of person, Sagittarius. You are a unique, and not to mention Sagittarius, the centaur, is the only majestic, mystical creature in the entire wheel of the zodiac signs. Half man, half horse. We had this unicorn here telling you that you are a unique individual. You're not like anyone else, Sagittarius. And even, I'm hearing Chiron, the wounded healer, was a centaur and was disowned by his mother because of his uniqueness, and was told that he was unworthy and unlovable and unpretty. And he had to heal himself. And then in that healing of himself, he then was able to find that clarity of just how royal and unique and beautiful he was. But yes, you do have to let yourself grieve through the processes of the old version of who you thought yourself to be. Of the agreements that you were told you had to agree with, even if you didn't. And that's okay. Give yourself grace. Be gentle and kind to yourself, Sagittarius. Because at the end of the day, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. at the end of the day, no matter what choice and decision and direction that you choose, we have 2-2 over here, 2-2-2-3-3, 2-2-3-3-5-5, 8-8. These numbers might be significant for you. No matter what decision you choose, listen to your intuition. Follow your heart and your emotions. It's going to be all right. We're going to be all right. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong because you'll never get it done, because we're constantly always expanding and unfolding and becoming. You're learning how to equally give and receive the abundance from this life and from spirit and to others. And yes, you may go through some big catastrophic moments that will crumble the old buildings and foundations so that you can rebuild healthier, stabler foundations. Look at all this moon energy. Healthier foundations for you to now grow the strength, to have the strength to choose what is right for you, Sagittarius. Only you know what's right for you. Other people cannot tell you. That 3 of Swords underneath that, so there's another 3. So, lots of 3 energies. However this is manifesting for you, however this makes sense for you, Sagittarius, I hope that it helps. Trust that the timing of how you move, when you move, where you move, is always going to be blessed. We have an airplane flying right over to let us know that this message is for you. That you are moving, shifting, transporting into a higher dimension and timeline for your life. So don't worry about how fast you get there. Everything is accomplished. I love this. So that is your message, Sagittarius. I hope that it helps. I hope that it made sense, and I hope that it resonated for those who needed this message to resonate. I trust that this message will find you. And if you would like to connect on a more personal basis, if this is resonating, you can reach out to me. My information is in my description box below. If you'd like to book a personal Tea and Tarot soul session, then you can find me. Also on my social media, on Instagram or TikTok, Princess Leah 888. And if any of this is resonating for you, definitely hit that like button on your way in or out. Then definitely subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888, as we're healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. Sending you so much light and energy and healing, Sagittarius. Until next time, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.